Welcome.
Yay.
The Thursday. It's the end of the year. It's the lore games. What's up?
Yeah, baby.
We're getting there. I feel like we're crawling across the finish line, but we're gonna get there.
It does feel like that some days.
It really does.
It really does.
How you doing, Andrew? You doing good?
A little tired, but I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah. Dusty's got a face full of food. Probably like some nuts or some celery or whatever there's.
Some saltine crackers. Yeah, that's good.
Crackers.
That's good.
I just thought of this story a long time ago. You're in high school, and we're toking on some weed, and we went to this truck stop, and this like traveling hippie guy somehow convinced my best friend that, of course, we were really stoned at the time, that if you put 10 saltine crackers in your mouth at once, it would cure cotton mouth.
Oh,
What? Which, of course, so, of course, my buddy tries it, and he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. He's like, this fucking sucks.
That's the worst. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the dumb shit we fall for.
Yeah, never take advice from transient hacky sack player outside a truck stop.
Crackheads will lead you wrong all the time. Oh, man. Awesome. Well, welcome, Flint.
Hello. Helps if I unmute.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. And welcome, Zach. Good, everybody.
Hello.
All right, so Zach, you wanna take it away?
Well, yeah. Give me a sec. I've got a handful of really adorable cat right now, so I'm not really sure if I should actually play the game or just tell you guys to go F yourselves so I can continue cuddling this adorable little furball who's giving me like the really like big-eyed plaintive look because he knows I'm about to play.
Yes, that's what they do.
Honestly, no one would blame you.
Yeah, well,
I would pick the cat.
all right. So you know what? But in the interests of actually doing my job, let us begin. This actually has bearing on tonight's game.
Uh-oh.
So, welcome to Adventures in Hyper Brooklyn, Part 2. And now your characters are still going to be the same as they were last time because this is still a work in progress. But I'm hoping after tonight we can actually start doing some. We can actually start dishing out some experience. Of course, we have to figure out how to actually give experience. So. And then next week we're actually going to do a full test of the combat system. So I'm actually going to have to do some real prep work.
Awesome.
Beforehand.
And you can, if you want to, Zach, we can hook up and kind of talk about it and the mechanics.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. I'll ping you. Let's talk in the green room afterwards.
Sure.
And just so you guys know how seriously I take this, I'm sober right now. Which sucks because I have a brand new bottle of Southern Comfort that's just begging to be drained. But I've learned the hard way that when I can't really DM when I'm drunk, I just fall asleep. So so for you boys, I am denying myself the joy and privilege of being freaking inebriated.
Awesome.
No, not awesome.
Sacrifice.
No, not awesome. Actually, it sucks.
There's always 22 more hours in the day, so don't worry.
That's true.
Well, unfortunately, I've got a shit ton of. I'm not gonna belabor it. Okay, so I'd say it's about a month after your previous adventure. A lot of the furor has died down because let's be honest, this is Hyper Brooklyn. A place where the Homelander from the boys would consider extreme. So crazy shit happens all the time, and people just clean up the bodies and get on with their lives. You're all back in your usual hangout, which is a bar, which is a bar called McGillicuddy's. It exists, and basically, it actually exists It's one of 7 different establishments that exists within one of the foundations of the Brooklyn Bridge. And the way it works is that there are 7 different buildings within this basically giant. Well, if you ever see the Brooklyn Bridge, like the foundations is this giant concrete fortress-like structure, which the actual bridge rests on. And the idea is that there's basically a dimensional splitter, and that someone has installed a dimensional splitter, which allows 7 different structures to exist in the same place at the same time without actually being in the same place. So McGillicuddy's is one of these places. You basically walk in, you press a button, there's a sudden shimmering feeling, and then you find yourself in a bar. Of course, if you press another button, you're in a hair salon. Third button, a weapon, a gun store / marijuana dispensary, and the other buttons include immigration lawyer for aliens and creatures from extra dimensional locations, and marriage therapy for elves, which apparently is a thing in Brooklyn. But you're in McGillicuddy's bar, which despite the name has actually no trace of Irish about it at all. So basically it's think of every ethnic stereotype bar that you can think of, and it's all pushed together in this. So the name is Irish. There's like a big Polish flag on one wall and a giant Russian flag on the other, which, if you know anything about history, is not good. There, and basically it's this. There's a jukebox playing songs from the 1950s, but from the 1950s, as well as another jukebox playing popular songs from the 1950s of Japan, China, Vietnam, and Mars, Venus, and the seventh circle of hell. The last one basically sounds like death metal, but even more sped up.
I like it.
The barman is a multi-tentacle creature who, according to rumor, is one of Cthulhu's more disreputable cousins, who's currently hiding out because he ripped off the big man. And basically he owes Cthulhu a lot of money, and you don't want to owe Cthulhu money. Because a great old one is really, 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 really sharp about people that owe him shit. So in the meantime, basically you have an indescribable dimensional horror behind the bar slinging drinks. You're all sitting at the bar, shooting the shit, talking to other people. Basically this bar is a hangout for the superhero / supervillain / superpowered person community. It's people who are strong enough to blow up, who have the power to blow up a city block, but don't have the money to hire a good lawyer to get him out of it, or the political juice to skate on the charge. So yeah, basically, insert Joe Biden joke here. Now, you're sitting at the bar. What are you drinking? And remember, this is a bar that can serve pretty much any drink you can think of, and probably a few that would be you probably couldn't have. But anyway,
is this like one of those superhero bars where there's this truce, whether you're good or bad, and when you're in there, everyone can like make out and then go fight outside?
Yeah, technically, but the thing is, once the booze starts flowing and the tempers start fraying, bodies sometimes pile up. The only rule is that just don't kill each other all you want, just don't break the furniture.
Okay.
And they have someone come by after closing time to drag the bodies away for dissection and organ transplants.
Yeah.
Boys, what are we drinking?
Well, I'm back on the wagon, so I've kind of winked to the bartender to give me a vodka on ice, but it's really just an ice water.
All right, you get that.
Straight bourbon for me.
All right, bourbon,
Scotch for me.
Scotch.
Just like real life.
All right, so I'll assume that you have a cold alcoholic beverage in your hands.
Mhm.
Now, the thing about bars like this, in addition to being just general places to get drunk, they're also essentially de facto employment agencies, where guys like you can interact with people who might want to hire guys like you, or who might want to scout out, or who may want to scout out, potential jobs for against people who don't want to hire people like you, but would be who might have stuff that you might want to steal, or whatever, just general superhero shit. All right, you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
So there's about it's a Saturday night. It's about 9 p.m. There's they've got a polka band, a death metal polka band is.
That's exactly what I was just going to ask if you had on the jukebox, dude. I'm not even shitting you.
Death metal polka.
Yeah.
Well, that feels.
That can't be a thing.
I've been willing it to be for a long time.
All right. Well. There's a death metal polka band that's scheduled to play, but they're running late. So right now they're just playing generic poppy stuff on the speakers. Taylor Swift or and very various knockoff versions.
I am trying very, very hard not to sing along. And
people are singing along. So here's what you notice. At one table, there is a group of about what would appear to be about 7 cats. Just kind of sitting on the table, lapping at bowls of what you assume are milk. At the next table, you see what looks like a very, very elegant looking fellow in a very sharp suit, kind of lounging back, sipping a martini. Only he has the head of a crocodile. So he's kind of like, it's not actually that easy for him to drink. He's kind of like tipping it into the side of his mouth, but apparently doing it with a lot of panache. And at the third table, there appears to be what looks like everyone's favorite old grandmother. Drinking from like a massive beer mug. They're all So you got choices.
all right, which one of us is the sexiest?
He's totally going after the grandmother.
No, I'm just thinking. I think Doc should go talk to the alligator, because as an alien being, he probably would be less threatening. Maybe.
You could do a charm. You could roll charm against yourselves and just see what's up.
I gotta go back to my stuff here.
Oh, I think I need my character sheet again, Todd, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no
You'd
problem.
think I would have saved it somewhere, but I didn't. I'm just not that committed.
I have 3 charms. Very sad.
All right. So
I rolled a D4. I got 4 out of 4 plus 2, so I got 6 out of 4.
All right.
I
So
got 9 out of 10 plus 1, so I guess 10.
Andrew, I send it to private chat.
Yep. Bring it up.
okay. So Dusty, you are probably the most charming of your fellows, although.
Well, I could have told you that.
But although charming is probably, stretching it.
I'm just sitting at the bar, kind of people watching, and as it starts to play out, I lean back like, "Ah, here we go."
Dusty, I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you walk away. So go over there and do it.
Oh my lord.
Wow. I'm just waiting for
What?
Polka Apocalypse to start.
What exactly are everybody supposed to roll? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Charm.
Charm. So mine's a D8 -2. Well, I got no charm whatsoever.
All right, Dusty.
7 -2 for 5 is my charm.
All right, well, you.
Better than me.
I'd say Dusty. So Dusty, your character. What is it? Which person? Which one does he talk to? The old lady, the cats, or
Alligator, alligator, alligator. Sorry.
I mean, the old lady sounds more out of place.
Oh,
here
fuck
than-
you, Dusty.
I mean, I'm just saying. She must have something to tell us. I'm gonna try to
Go
talk to the
for it.
old
Go
lady.
for it.
Mhm.
See
Go
if she
for
has
it.
cookies. Old people have cookies always.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go talk to the old lady.
Okay, so you go up to the old lady. The old lady looks at you. She's got this weird grin on her face,
Of course she does.
and you notice as she lifts the beer mug to her lips, it seems like her lips aren't really moving. It's like she's tipping the beer mug into her mouth without her lips actually moving to, like, suck it in.
Scooby Doo, it's a mask. Rip that fucker off. Grab her by the nose.
Yeah. So hey, what are you doing here? Tell me about yourself.
He's hitting on the granny.
Come here often.
You come here often, Granny?
Wait, grannies need love too.
The granny turns her head around and kind of cocks it to the left.
Cocks.
Bad choice of words with this crew.
My God.
Sorry.
Now,
I'm going back to
the
mute.
smile remains in place, but you hear kind of like a very tinny voice coming out of it saying, "What the fuck do you want?"
Look at Andrew. He's lost his shit. He made a cock joke and he's losing his shit.
That's all it takes, apparently.
Andrew, penis.
Okay.
Dude, Zach, you and I are on wavelength tonight because I was just about to say that too. I don't know what's going on.
So
We just had
Dusty,
some,
so
like,
Yeah. So
communication.
Granny looks at you. You hear her speak, but her lips don't seem to be moving.
So I guess I'd say so I hear that this is the kind of place where jobs can be found and deals can be found. Like, have you heard anything about that?
Granny kind of pauses a moment, and then you hear like say, maybe, and then the voice cuts out, and you hear like a loud crackling sound coming from her mouth. Then followed a moment later by the words, fuck, not again." Then more
She's
crackling.
wearing a skin suit. Good job, Dusty. Pick the granny.
Can I try to?
Oh God.
Can,
Here we go.
Yeah, here it
can I
goes.
try to rip the skin suit off?
Oh
It
God.
sounds like a
no.
speaker.
Dusty.
I mean, crackling speaker.
Dusty, if you
Why don't
were-
you just
if
like crack her mouth open and stick your tongue in there and see what's going on inside? Would be a better idea.
Dusty, if you didn't already know this, granny porn always ends not the way you expect it to.
Why do you know that?
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Oh God.
Says, we're gonna call it.
That was fun, guys.
That was great, guys. See you later.
All right, let him back in.
All right, bring him back. Bring him back.
I mean, I'm right, am I not? I mean, everybody here.
I
can agree with
don't
me.
know.
Okay.
And I don't want to
Not
know.
so-
Guys, we're getting off track.
All right.
So Dusty,
Yes.
before you can do
Yes.
anything else, all of a sudden you hear the sound of gears clicking. Steam jets out of the granny's nostrils, and then all of a sudden the top of her head flips open,
Nice.
and inside you see what looks like a tiny little cockpit, and sitting in it is basically what looks like a garden gnome, but he's wearing like a giant headset, he's wearing like a big fighter helmet with like a headset on it, and he's like basically holding onto like a. And Drew, if you make a joke about this, I swear to God, I'm going to reach through the screen and pull out your. He's holding onto a joystick, and he's holding onto a joystick.
He's dying.
I hope you kill him first.
Sorry, guys. Go ahead. Keep going.
All right, the gnome takes off his helmet and looks up and says, "Sorry about that. Still working out the bugs. Who are you and what do you want again?"
Who are we? Do we have a name? Do we have a name for us?
Ooh,
We do not have a name. We should make a name.
We should make a name.
the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Well, extraordinary. Well,
And one lady, because my character's a girl.
Am I able to see what's happening over where Dusty is?
do an intelligence roll.
All right. That would be a 7 out of 6.
Yeah, you see it. You see that the granny's actually like a robot.
Mhm.
There's like a gnome sitting in her head, and he's
Yep.
like standing up and stretching and asking Dusty what he wants.
Sure. Okay. Well, I want to saunter over there and go up to Granny Bot or whatever it is, and say, "Hello there, my non-humanoid friend. I see you've got a little mechanical problem going on there. Is there something I can do to take a look and maybe help you? Because I do have this like technological expertise in gadget creation."
The gnome who introduces himself. He says his name is Charlie.
Hmm.
And he says, okay, yeah, I just received. It's a prototype. I just received it from my employer, but it's still working. They're still trying to fix the kinks. Yeah, so why don't you take a look at it?
Sure. Looks like you got a little spilkus in your Gnectigazoink. So let's what do I need to roll on that?
Let me look at the rules here. You know what?
Intelligence?
Probably, yeah. I would say an intelligence check.
Okay. So intelligence it would be D6. I got a 5.
All right. D6 plus you got a 5. Any bonuses to that?
Well, that is that's with my bonus. I got a 3 plus 2, so yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you take a look at it, but even with your technical expertise, this is like some next generation cutting edge stuff.
Mhm.
So you pop up with a circuit panel in Granny's back. You press a few buttons. And then it seems from then all of a sudden the robot, which is basically what it is, stands up. The gnome jumps out, lands on the table, and rolls. As the robot turns around and runs full tilt at a wall, and basically like slams into it really loud. There's a big bang, big cloud of smoke. Bits of metal and gears go flying around, and cogs go bouncing off the tables. And then when you look up again, the robot has basically bashed itself to pieces against the wall.
Oh, well, see, I told you there's something wrong with it. For a small fee, I could probably fix that for you.
I was waiting for Doc to say, "Did I do that?"
The gnome looks at you. You notice that his eyes are starting to glow red. So bear in mind, this is a guy that's basically, 6 inches tall. But his eyes are glowing red. He looks at you very beadily and he says, "You asshole. You owe me 38 million BAMF. Do you have 38 million BAMF on you, motherfucker?"
Flint?
Flint.
Yeah, let me just go check the ATM and I'll get right back to you.
Oh no, you don't. You see, you're gonna pay for that by giving by giving me your. Hey, wait a minute! Don't I know you from somewhere?
I'm just a professional bowler out here having a drink.
Wait a minute! Aren't you the guys who strung up the police chief by his undies on a flagpole?
Nope, definitely somebody else.
That was a giant monkey guy.
Yeah.
But trust me, he got his in the end.
All of a sudden, the gnome doesn't seem that angry anymore. In fact, he seems kind of like speculative. You know what? I'm going to give you a chance to work your debt off. I think you and your friends would be very useful for a certain job I have in mind. My employer is
This guy's only 6 inches tall. Can somebody just drop kick him through a wall?
I'm seriously considering it. And that thing is not worth 38 million bam.
Ain't that the truth?
All right. Okay. So, do you say that out loud?
Oh, I do. And I'm standing up to my full height.
Okay. So, Flint, we're gonna roll initiative now.
Yeah.
Yep. Saw that coming.
Okay. So, well, actually, no, we don't do initiative, and
Yeah.
team doesn't click. So, all right. So, I'm gonna let you. So, Flint, I'm gonna let you. Give me a sec. I gotta check the rules again. Oh. All right. Yeah. Sorry. Give me a sec, guys.
You're good.
I really. Okay. All right. So declare. All right. So, how do we do initiative on this again? Combat.
I just hope that Polka Apocalypse starts playing about the same time we start fighting.
All right. So,
As it should.
okay. So basically, here's what's going to happen, Flint. The gnome jumps down on the ground, jumps back up, and basically tries to headbutt you in your gonads.
Aren't you a woman?
I am a
Oh, you
woman.
just still have gonads
This isn't
inside.
gonna work.
Well, I mean, look.
I mean-
it's not.
All right.
You can try it though.
Hey Todd, you know
Tries
what
to
we
kick you in the ute.
you know what we really need for this?
What's that?
Some generic NPCs. All right.
Sure.
So Flint,
Yes.
the gnome moves really quickly, runs up your pant leg, and basically headbutts you like in the groin.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh dear.
What is it with people of short stature hating us?
Okay.
All right.
So
Oh boy.
all right. So he got a.
You never like it when the GM starts laughing hysterically.
So
There we
he basically got a 14 on his attack.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
jeez.
Okay.
All right, so you can. So you need to roll your dexterity or your endurance, and
Okay.
please God, you just roll high enough to beat that.
It was a 14.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
he's-
tell you right now, I cannot beat that. physically.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so this guy's only about 6 inches tall, but when he basically bashes you in the nads, it feels like someone took a bowling ball, attached it to a chain, started swinging the chain around over his head, and then flung it at you right into your right into your manly bits. I mean, the pain you would normally feel from that.
Yeah.
It's so strong. It just goes beyond that. It's like you're pushed beyond like just regular, ordinary, agonizing pain to like a state of like horrified shock.
Would it be enough to make Flint projectile vomit uncontrollably from the pain?
No, Flint, you just basically pass out from you just basically like fall back and like are curled into a ball and like whimpering. And the troll is standing on top of you like you're a rhinoceros that a hunter just shot. And he's cracking his tiny little knuckles. And the gnome says, "So, anyone else want to make comments about little people?"
Yeah, I do, motherfucker. Check this out.
Go for it,
I
Doc.
didn't make a comment
Listen.
about a little person.
Listen, you
That's not
short
what I
little
said.
shit. This is what I do.
Oh,
Check
no.
this out. I'm gonna go grab one of those cats off the table by the nape of its neck.
The cat.
Yeah. I'm gonna like get it real riled up and pissed off at me and throw it at this little gnome fucker.
Okay. This is gonna...
Cat attack.
Can one of us step in and stop him?
Okay, so Andrew,
I'm just asking. I don't know.
if anyone wants to step in and stop him, roll an intelligence check right now.
Okay.
I'm unconscious, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're not unconscious. You're just like
Oh, I thought I was unconscious.
no. Your brain's trying to process what just happened to you. Because
Okay.
Can I step in?
Nobody
Can I-
C punches the only girl that'll hang out with us.
Can I step in and stop Drew? Because I really want to see how this cat's gonna go down.
My intelligence is a 10 plus 3, and I rolled a 9, so it's a 12.
Jesus.
All right, Dusty, do a strength check to see if you can like block Drew from stopping this guy.
I'm only thinking that the cats could be a potential nether employer.
I got an 8 out of 12 plus 2, so a 10 out of 12.
Okay, so Drew.
Yes.
All right, so you recognize the cats as being they're not really cats. They're just taking the shape of cats.
Oh boy.
They're really something else, something that probably won't appreciate being grabbed by the tail and swung around like a swung around like a cheerleader's pom pom.
I'm a passionate alien. I'm sorry, guys.
I know. It's okay. We understand. We understand what's happening. That's why we were stepping in, or why I was stepping in.
We knew who you were when we became friends with you.
That's right.
All right. I guess I'll put the cat thing back down.
Well, you never touched them in the first place. So
Oh, okay, good.
the cats just are just lapping their milk happily and hissing at each other and whatever. So
Okay.
the little guy, Charlie, is cracking his tiny little knuckles and says, "Okay, any of you assholes want to make more jokes about small people? No? Good.
No, but Charlie, let's back up, buddy. Look, I've got a killer business idea for you, and I think that we can come together and make friends. I've had this idea for a long time. It's about starting a lawn care service. Do you have any gnome friends that you know that might want to
Hey,
get on board with this?
hey,
Because I think it'd be a real head turner.
lawn care. As
Yeah,
in lawn,
you guys can put
as
on
in-
little hats.
as in
get
lawn
the
gnome,
clippers out.
you racist bastard.
Are
Are you calling me a lawn gnome?
No, I'm never. No, I'm calling you a horticulture professional.
You're calling me a lawn gnome.
I mean, gnomes do look good on lawns.
What is-
Just saying.
The gnome gives you a good hard look and says, "How much do you love your balls?"
Have I been
My
on the
bowling
ground
balls?
long enough that I can start coming to a little bit? No, I know
Yeah.
I'm not passed out, but
Yeah. So basically, you hear Charlie say, "Look, morons. my boss wants to talk. My boss would like to talk to you. I have a feeling, anyway. Now we can stand here jaw-jawing, and I can happily tap dance on your gonads, maybe tear them off and wear them as a necklace. Or when he looks at you and Doc says, "Well, but wait, do you even have nads?"
I do, and they're in a special my no special places.
Well,
And you'll never find them.
I'll find out where those are, and I'll find out where those are, and I'll turn them into a handbag. Or you can follow me to my employer, who will explain to you how you can replace the 38 million Banff robot you just destroyed.
All right.
Anybody else feel like we're getting set up here?
Oh,
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Or of course, if you don't like that, I can just peel the skin off all your bodies one by one, and well, I'm sure I'll find a use for them.
Am I really with these guys? I mean, I'm just checking because all I've done so far is drink water and step in front of. Oh, I did stop Doc, so I guess I really can't hide from this, can I?
No, you can't.
He knows I'm involved. All right.
Okay, buddy. All right, my bad. Look, I'm a little tuned up on space juice. Let's be friends. Let's go talk to your guy.
Okay, so the guy reaches into like his pocket and pulls out like a cell phone the size of a fingernail. Speaks into it. A few minutes later, he leads you guys outside. Flint, you're back up you're back up right now. It turns out you're actually not in any pain anymore. Basically, you were hit so hard that it basically overwhelmed your pain receptors, so it never really had a chance to actually register the pain. You just feel kind of numb and really swollen.
It's like sticking your nuts in a bucket of ice.
Basically,
walking out the door, I kind of look at him and I go, right now we're allies. At some point in the future, I'm going to drop kick you into the sun.
The gnome looks at you, grins, and says, the last person who said something like that to me, you know what happened to him?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Well, do you know what happened to him?
Say no.
No, clearly I don't know.
That's right, because no one ever found him.
Ooh.
I just kind of roll my eyes at him a little bit and just dismiss him and walk on.
Wow.
At which point a limo shows up and door opens. The gnome walks inside and beckons you to follow.
All right, this might not be all that bad. I say we go with him.
All right, so the door of the limo closes and drives off. It's pretty spacious inside. The gnome hops into the front seat. The partition closes. It isn't very long. You barely have time to pop open the mini bar before you stop in front of another building, and you're let out. It's a very large building. Kind of like one of those it's like one of those factory lofts that's been converted into a workspace. And as you get out, you notice blinking above the bolted to the front of the building, blinking on and off is a large corporate logo that basically looks like a. How do I do this without violating anyone's trademark?
Oh boy.
Okay, so basically it looks like a giant moose head, and you realize that you are at the corporate headquarters of I can't believe I'm about to say this. Mooser, the biggest social network in this particular world. Think of it as a combination of Facebook and Twitter and TikTok and LinkedIn, where where you sit, where who its biggest thing is sending out microblog messages known as moos. So like Twitter has tweets, Mooser has moos. I know, not very funny, guys. I'm like
That's fine.
I'm like trying to wing it here. So
Run by Elon Moose.
basically, it's like Twitter and Facebook, but its logo's a giant moose. Charlie leads you inside. You see a whole bunch of like tech tweets and tech bros kind of were running around, doing whatever. You're taken to a private elevator.
Fancy.
And even though the building doesn't look that big outside, you notice that there's almost 200 floors in this building. So apparently it's a lot bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Again, apparently dimensional engineering. Dimensional engineering is the current big thing right now. So you're taken all the way to the 200th floor, and you emerge into like a very tastefully decorated corporate office. Like white walls, exposed, artfully exposed brick, light bulbs hanging like naked light bulbs and sconces. There's there's kind of like this, very, very catchy like indie rock band that no one's ever heard of, because if they did, they wouldn't be cool anymore playing in the background. You notice like people, you basically notice people wearing, like oversized glasses, like working at Macintoshes. And the reason I say that is, whenever I went to a startup in New York back in the day, they always worked on Macs. I never saw anyone on a Windows machine.
It's true.
And the thing is, the Macs they were working on were pure crap. They were never taken care of very well. They barely worked. But
that is also very true.
But they would always rather die than work on a Windows machine. I mean, I come with my old beat up compact laptop, and it would like be miles ahead of these very big, very expensive looking Macs that have been sitting there for like 10 years, hadn't had any maintenance, and it took like 10 minutes to like do anything. But it did look really good though, so I suppose that's all that really matters, right? All right, so Charlie, sitting at basically, you see at the far end a large, what looks like a large hyperbaric chamber, and there's a man in a lab coat standing by it, like looking at a tablet and comparing it to readings on the side of the machine. And as soon as it opens, as soon as you approach, the hyperbaric chamber cracks open, and from it steps out. Well, from it steps out a. Again, how do I put this without being kicked or sued or like having my credit score like mysteriously ruined? I want to say Jeff Bezos, but sexy, but that just crosses too many lines. Okay, so imagine like a cross between like Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos, except he has blue skin and a third eye in the middle of his forehead. His name is, you know who this guy is. You've seen him on the news. He's really famous. His name is Trevor. Yes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm winging it here. All right.
That was good.
That's great.
I've been up since 5 this morning, so I'm like.
No, it's a good name. We're laughing because it's a hilarious name.
It's very funny.
Is he also 6 inches tall?
No, he's actually like almost 6 feet tall.
Okay.
He's got blue skin. He's got like a third eye in the middle of his forehead that seems to be glowing faintly. He's incredibly physically fit. And you notice he has like he has like a whole bunch of like devices like strapped onto him that are like monitoring his health. And he says, so you're the guys who destroyed my $38 million robot that my top assassin was test driving. Which one of you is the guy that got stomped on really hard?
No guy got stomped on.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry. I didn't mean to misgender you.
Damn.
Well, you're lucky. We Charlie here comes from a. Let's just say that he may be he may be really really small, but like a lot of things that are really really small, he's very very concentrated. Charlie, you can go. Charlie, just the little gnome kind of like bows, flips you all a very tiny finger and walks away.
I kind of like mouthed at him like fuck you too.
Wow.
Trevor. Just so you know, the difference in the names is that his first name is Trevor. His second name is Trevor. So Trevor, technically.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. Well, it's actually his real name is like Michael Schwartz, but no one ever mentions that anymore. But so Trevor, basically you see him get dressed and he says, so $38 million Banff robot is now scattered in tiny pieces across the barroom floor thanks to, he looks at you, Doc, and says, what the hell are you supposed to be anyway? Don't bother telling me. I don't really care.
Punch him in the face. Punch him in the face. I'm just kidding.
No, I won't.
What's your character's name again?
Mine?
Yeah.
Zorblax.
All right, Zor. So
I'm just gonna say,
unpronounceable.
in fairness to my friend here, Charlie did let him tinker with the $38 million robot. So
Thank you.
All right then. So then I will abandon my original plan of having you all give up one of your kidneys in payment, and instead perhaps you gentlemen can make it back for me, and in the process maybe make yourself a little bit of money. I'm sure you're going to have legal bills soon enough from that little escapade you had with the police chief and that little thing with the Girl Scout Liberation Army.
I mean, they attacked us, so.
Yes, well, I will happily fund their lawsuit against you, or I can pay you a shitload of money to fuck over one of my competitors. What would you prefer?
That does sound like fun.
Yeah, well, Mr. Trevor, I think what we're looking at here is that you need to hire a crack team of individuals to help you out. And for the record, I did offer Charlie an opportunity to help pay back the cost of that robot, which he turned down. Well,
Charlie is very good at cracking skulls and ripping off limbs. Not so good at the fine art of negotiation. So walk with me, and so why don't you follow me?
Okay.
And he leads you to the back of the office where like as in a movie, like a set of giant double doors flings open, and you walk into what looks like a futuristic command center, like pure white walls. People working at terminals with like holographic screens, and at the far end is a ginormous, screen with pictures of the world, and and stylized graphics of streams of data flowing across it. Basically, kind of like Men in Black, but cooler. And he says, "We are more than just a social media company. A place where where lonely men and women can post pictures of their cats and pictures of their cats and boast about how many beers they drank when they went out to a bar with their boys on a Saturday night. Information is our business. Knowledge is our currency, and power is our objective. What do you think? Power does not come from the point of a gun, as Mao Zedong said. Mao was a pussy compared to Mao. Mao was a that was a sexist comment. Mao was a female genital organ compared to us. Knowledge, my friends, is everything. Whoever controls the knowledge has more power than 10,000 oil companies, more power than 10 million gun companies, more power than governments. With a single twitch of a button, I can end entire countries if I wish, bring down presidents, destroy the careers of high and low alike. However, there's one problem with this issue. Power requires monopoly. We are the biggest social media network on this world and in all other worlds. In fact, just last week, Satan himself started posting on my basically he starts rattling off all the people who are members of his. So basically, it's like it's like Elon Musk bringing back like boasting about bringing Alex Jones back onto Twitter or X, whatever it's called. So basically, this guy is is trying to push it about he's basically pretty powerful, but he's also really, really insecure. You get the sense. So he's talking about basically how awesome he is, even though he's already pretty powerful. And he gets to the point. Unfortunately, as I said, power requires monopoly. We are the biggest social media company in like this universe and a dozen other universes, in heaven and hell, purgatory, and Naraka, Asgard, and Olympus. Oh, and by the way, but he says, unfortunately, a former employee of mine is starting up his own social media company using proprietary technology that belongs to us. I need you to find this person and either persuade him to find some other way of making money, or exit him from the mortal coil. Do this, and I will pay you 50 million BAMF minus the 38 million you owe me for the machine, for the robot.
Okay. Well, we can be very persuasive, and I think this is going to be a great opportunity for both of us.
Well, good. Then he snaps his fingers, and almost by magic, like a lawyer appears holding a bunch of written contracts. So, the lawyer says, this here contract indemnifies us from any damage you may suffer to your body's belongings, personal equipment, habitation, souls, spirits, ba, ka, etc., and so on and so forth. This here is a non-disclosure agreement wherein everything you do while in the employ of Mr. Trevor shall remain secret, for your lives and for the next 10,000 years, and in all possible realities and dimensions. And this one here is the contract stating that upon successful completion of this assignment, we will pay you 50 million BAMF minus 38 million for. He just goes on and on like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sign here, and here. Actually, don't bother. You've already signed it. You look down and you notice that your signatures have magically appeared on the contracts, even though you haven't actually touched the pen. You hear Trevor say, "Yes, you know what? Yeah, alternative reality contracts. Everyone, you know, and in any possible reality, someone you've signed something. So congratulations, you now work for me."
Damn interdimensional lawyers.
Thanks, Doc.
All right.
Let's do it.
Hey, we got a job, all right? So you're welcome.
Yep. Do it.
All right. So the Trevor says, "Mr. Shrevnitz," he points to one of the lawyers, "will have all future details for you. I look forward to hearing of your success. And if you fail, well, needless to say, don't come back." And he kind of like with that, he just departs. Mr. Shrevness explained then, you know, who's like, you know, stereotypical short, pudgy lawyer. You know, soulless eyes. Apparently, in this universe, when you get your law degree, you have to give up your soul or whatever. He explains to you the fine print, which you never got a chance to read. So, your target is a man named Sandhu Singh, and he has now normally when one of our former employees absconds with proprietary technology, and with the intent of setting up a rival business, we would just simply say, well, a man like me would spend the next 30 years dragging him through one courtroom after another, slowly bleeding him dry of every drop of blood, every ounce of self-respect, and every penny he has. However, Mr. Singh has very cleverly decided to set up his office in a jurisdiction where the laws of this jurisdiction do not run. You, my friends, are going into the land are going into the land of the fairies.
Okay.
No comment.
No, not as in what? Have you guys ever seen like the? Have you guys ever seen, you know, like the Midsummer Night's Dream? You know, like Shakespeare, Oberon, Titania, that sort of thing.
I go, is that a movie?
It's a play.
There was a movie as
Like
well.
a video game.
Yeah. All right. So basically, so actually, no, scratch that. I mean, I'll reset. Okay, you guys are going to Asgard.
Oh,
Ooh.
Okay.
Apparently, the Norse gods have turned their snowy little realm into the world's greatest tax haven.
Okay.
So basically, it's like Singapore, but with Valkyries and Vikings.
Nice.
Interesting. Okay.
Now, you should be aware that the laws of this country do not run here. However, so Mr. Singh has set up his offices in the Asgardi in the consulate of the Norse gods. So the Norse gods have like a consulate in Hyper Brooklyn. The laws of our laws do not extend past its front gates, which is why Mr. Singh has set up in the basement. So you will have to infiltrate this building and take him out. Good luck.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
He gives her the address and says, and of course, if you are caught or killed or dismembered or otherwise compromised, we will deny any and all knowledge of your existence, and will do nothing rescue you from any torture, imprisonment, or eternal torment that you may be subjected to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Perfect. Hey, quick question before you go, since you got such a big dossier on Mr. Singh, do we know any of his weaknesses, his vices, or anything that would give us an edge in speaking or infiltrating or killing this guy?
Shrevnet snaps his fingers. A minion comes over like with a very like a folder the size of like a man's thigh, and hands it to you. This should have all the relevant information. Good day, gentlemen.
Perfect. Thanks for the light reading.
All right. Well, when you open it up, it's written in like an obscure dialect of legalese. So you know how like every contract is like written with like that weird with that weird legal language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, this is like the more, you know, this is basically a dialect of that, which is like even more twisting and obscure, because it has to be written with like demons and angels in mind, and it has to be written with like superpowered beings in mind, who are, you know. So basically, if you have creatures that are able to shift between dimensions, you know, the rules of a contract have to be pretty complex. So basically, you're gonna have to do an intelligence roll in order to sift anything out of this. And by the way, guys, I know this may seem like a little loosey goosey tonight, but it's, you know, I'm doing my best.
You're good, man.
It doesn't actually seem loosey goosey at all.
Oh, all right.
Who's the smartest chap in the room?
I rolled a 6 + 3 for 9 total.
All right, so you're able to get the following out of this. His name is Sandul Singh, and yes, he's a brilliant coder, bon vivant, connoisseur of wine, basically the most interesting man in the world, but younger and Indian American. So So you guys have seen like the most interesting man in the world commercials.
Of course, yeah.
That's basically what this guy is, but he's just but think like 20 years younger, and his parents came from Bangalore. That's basically him. So in between like water skiing with bears, rescuing supermodels from mad scientist villains in their volcano layers, and basically like rolling like nine strikes in a row at the interdimensional bowling championships. He is responsible for a large measure of the technology that allows Mooser to be and Trevor to be the most powerful social network in like 7 different universes.
Okay.
But apparently he quit because in what turned out to be an ill-advised cost-cutting measure, they decided to get rid of Taco Thursdays.
Bastards.
App monsters. We're working for the wrong people.
Exactly. So Mr. Singh Mr. Singh didn't want to settle for that, so he started his own company. So what are his strengths? Well, his strength is that he's basically awesome in everything. His weakness, his only real weakness, as far as you can tell, is that he enjoys a glass of cognac every night before he goes to bed. And he also has a weakness for well, that's really it. That's really just a glass of cognac before he goes to bed every night. But the thing is, it has to be a very specific kind of cognac. We're not talking about like Courvoisier here, or anything that's mentioned in like a '90s rap video. It's a very rare. It's a very exclusive brand that's only grown on a single French vineyard, owned by a 900-year-old vampire who kicked the blood habit and basically is now devoting all his energies to winemaking. and he
Like
sells
you do.
only to a very exclusive clientele, of which Mr. Singh is but is numbered among them. And the cognac is delivered every week to the embassy by one of his people.
Well, that's an opportunity right there.
Did I mention that he's a vampire?
Sing?
No,
Like
the guy
courier.
who makes the cognac.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And everybody who works at his company is also a vampire. Including so it's so basically no worries, right?
I wonder how that would affect an alien.
I don't know. About to find out.
What you find out is basically this guy he likes his cognac. It's produced in his vineyard. There's one distributor in the city who makes delivers one bottle who makes a delivery every week. And the distributor is also a vampire.
Is the guy we're trying to knock off susceptible to poison? Can
Sounds
he
like
be
he's just a
poisoned?
dude, right?
Maybe, but you notice that as part of his general awesomeness, just for appears in order to win a bet, he spent a year dosing himself every day with every known poison known to man in small doses, so slowly building up his immunity, so that finally on the day in question he drank a glass of pure cyanide without any ill effect. He's just that awesome.
But he still enjoys alcohol, which means alcohol still works.
Yeah.
Well, you think so, or it might just be he enjoys the taste.
That's what they all say. Okay, listen. Let's look. So we got to fight a vampire. We potentially have to fight a vampire, gents. We got to stalk this courier outside the embassy, if I got this correctly, and go convince or kill Singh, so we can take over his empire, right? Or for whoever. Well, sounds like Tuesday. Let's hop to it. Is there anything else we need from here?
I don't know. What else you need? You guys are standing in the control center of the biggest social media network in the world, a place where any possible piece of information you could ever possibly want can be accessed.
Is there anyone looking at us at the moment?
No, they're all focused on their screens.
I'm gonna steal a stapler.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, let's take advantage of this technological powerhouse that we're in. Let's see. What if we could get? I mean, there's always let's search for nudes on Sing and see if we can get any illicit cock shots he sent to mistresses or whatever.
Okay,
that's a better plan.
All right, so so do an intelligence check.
Yeah. Let me get my
Right,
dice here.
You find an open terminal. Shrevness has already left. He's got work to do. And you notice that all the other techies are too busy to focus on their own thing. They figure you're just another. There are so many people here. You just kind of blend in. So you find an open terminal.
Baller. Yeah, I got an 8. I got an 8 out of 6, and I also have technological expertise skill.
Okay, so
I can roll 4.
Nice.
All right, so what are you looking for? Like nude pictures of this guy?
Nudes, anything illicit,
Okay, so
Embarrassing stuff.
yeah.
So how do I put this? You do find pictures of him in states of dishabille, not wearing all the things he could. You in particular you find one video of him basically partying with what looks like to be the entire Victoria's Secret catalog before they tried to be socially conscious.
Okay.
and they're not wearing anything.
Okay.
He's not wearing anything.
So no Rapinoe in there.
No.
Okay.
Well, like Adriana and all the rest. So who's looking at this thing?
What I guess me, right?
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm
I need-
looking over your shoulder as
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
grabbing a stapler off
Yeah,
the
we're
table.
cruising through the.
All right.
the-
I need you
yeah.
to make a charm save.
Oops. Put the right dice on here. 3. I got 5 of 6.
All right. So the whole idea was that you were trying to find like stuff that you could blackmail him with, but remember, this guy is by definition awesome. So
Right. Oh, wait. I screwed that up. I was looking at the wrong stat. It's actually 5. I got a D4 and I got a 5.
Okay. So yeah, you failed.
Oh.
I mean, look, you're basically trying to like find like a dick pic of Superman to like blackmail him with,
Yeah.
but you don't realize he's Superman.
Mm.
So his dick pics are by definition. Let's just say looking at them just drives home with like with an adamantine hammer your total and complete inadequacy.
Well, I am an alien, and on my planet, we have different expectations and ways
Doesn't
of
matter.
measure
Doesn't matter.
our prowess.
Doesn't matter. You still feel. You still feel like, yeah, I did this man. This man is just awesome. I will never measure up to him.
Oh, all right. Well, it's worth a shot, right?
Can we scan his social media for anywhere he might be? Like anywhere
you know where he is. He's in the basement of the
okay.
of the consulate of the consulate of the North Scots.
And he's not leaving there. He's not going anywhere.
There's no post of like
don't
going to a
think so.
restaurant taking a selfie.
Yeah.
Like that.
I mean, if he leaves the place, he'll basically the Trevor's lawyers will be on him like think on shit. So, and even a man of pure awesomeness like Sardo Singh is not immune to the baleful effect of that vile scum of villainy, those parasites of the working man known as the legal profession.
Okay. All right. Well, that was my only thought there. So.
Well, you can keep looking. I mean, it's not, you see him partying with supermodels. It's not really porn. It's, when it's just awesome, it's more like art.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't know. Any dirt on his like going way back to like MySpace days, like pre-awesomeness, like embarrassing prom pics or anything. I don't know.
All right. Well, let me put you this way: is when he it appears that like 3 years ago he tried to have an embarrassing moment just to know what it felt like, but he failed.
Wow.
Oh, God.
All right. Well, that seems like a dead end, everyone.
So
at the start of this, I was siding with this guy and not the giant social media company, but now I'm feeling the opposite.
From his social media, we do see that he likes to hang out with supermodels, though, right?
That is true.
Depends. Supermodels on one day, Nobel Prize winning scientists another, cat burglars and con men the next. Really, very much a Renaissance man.
If I may say, we do have a very lovely lady on our team that maybe can take one for the team at some point.
All right, let's get the heck out of here and let's figure our route to the embassy. What do you say?
All right.
Unless you guys have any other business here.
Let's do it.
All right. Okay. All right. So you leave the place, you have the addresses of the cognac distributor and of the embassy. So you go to the embassy first.
Hold on. Before we leave the bar, are there any bar snacks?
Well,
Just-
yeah,
just
actually, yeah,
purpose.
yeah. I mean, look, I mean, I don't know, you know how in San Francisco, yeah, a lot of these tech companies have like on-site cafeterias because they don't want their people to leave.
Yeah.
Is there
anything with garlic in it?
Yeah, there's that you can get garlic if you want. You can pick up garlic at like any corner store.
I was just gonna if there's like garlic bar snacks, I was gonna stuff some in my pocket just in case.
Okay, all right, fine. Yeah,
Cool.
you get some. You got some like garlic, organic garlic kale chips.
Cool. Let's go.
All right,
My secret weapon.
all right. So where to first, the consulate or the distributor?
I'd say probably the distributor.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. Because if we can poison the bottle far away, less likely to be implicated.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So you leave the headquarters of Mooser, and you basically hop on the subway, and you go from so right now you're basically in a. All right. Aside from Todd, who else has been in New York?
I've been there briefly.
Yeah, I visited
But-
there one time.
Andrew's
Not,
been
not
there
enough to
before.
really know places.
All right. So basically, this place is essentially, the way I see it, they're headquartered in the old Domino Sugar Building, and no, that's actually in Long Island City, not Williamsburg. So you're basically in a neighborhood you're basically in Williamsburg, which is, it used to be like back in the 90s. It used to be basically a giant slum. That's where that's where you would basically go if you wanted to score heroin, that or off the city. Then after like the 1990s, it became like hipster central, and now it's like, well, I don't know if it's still the case. I mean, New York's really gone downhill in like the last few years. But when I was there, it was like it was probably the most exclusive neighborhood, one of the most exclusive places in the city. Is where all the trust fund babies hung out, all the wannabe artists were being bankrolled by their mom and dad, and all the tech bros were moving in. Vice Magazine had their headquarters there. So, yeah. So basically, it's like so you basically leave this artfully distressed building in Williamsburg. You go past all the boutiques and so on, and you basically get on the subway, and you have to go to the other side of the borough to Bensonhurst, which is where I used to live, actually. Have you guys seen Saturday Night Fever? Like the
Mhm.
you know that opening scene where he's strutting down the street and stops at that pizzeria.
Nope.
Sure.
I haven't seen it.
It's been a long time.
I used to eat at that pizzeria, and that was my old neighborhood. So you're basically there. It's about an hour and a half ride on the subway. You arrive, and you basically go to like an area where there are a lot of warehouses, and you see a building with the words Dracula and Son, painted on the side.
I had to guess. It's probably the place.
And there's and the logo is kind of like this stylized vampire, holding a wine glass with a smile.
Nice.
All right.
I guess it's the spot.
All right.
Should we
what
do
do you do?
some recon, or what do you guys suggest?
What time of day is it?
About 3 p.m.
I'd say
So they should be
maybe-
asleep.
Yeah.
Well, you notice people going in and out.
You said there was a pizza place?
No. That was just me like reminiscing.
Okay.
And in fact, that place actually just closed. Believe it or not.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, rents.
Yeah. Is there any place to eat like across the street from this place that we could sit at and like surveil?
Yeah, there's a bodega. Well, do you know what a bodega is?
I do, yeah.
All right, well, there's a bodega across the street where you can get sandwiches and beer and whatnot, and I miss bodegas. Don't you, Todd?
Yeah, I do miss bodegas, 100%. Yeah, that's one thing I do miss.
Wow.
I just
All right,
miss
so-
saying bodegas.
All right, so there's a bodega across the street where you can, hang out, I guess. And
Yeah, I say we get some sandwiches, grab a beer, sit on the curb, pretend
All
like
right.
we're just hanging out, and see if anything interesting comes in or out of this this winery.
All right, so you do that. You sit down, you watch. You notice a truck comes in, makes deliveries, goes out. You see people walking in and out. They look like regular people. And then finally, right around 5 p.m. When it's just starting to get dark, we'll say that it's like the middle of it's like late winter, early spring, right about now. So it still gets dark early. You see a fellow walk in, kind of keeping to the shadows. He's wearing like a stereotypical vampire cloak with like the really tall collar. His hair's all slicked back, and he creeps along, ostentatiously hiding himself from the sun with like a giant, like holding his cloak over his head to hide him, seemingly to protect himself from the sun. And he creeps into the side door with as he goes in, you see him like fling back the cloak with a giant flourish. And he went into like the there's a door on the side that's basically the business entrance.
Okay, guys, what do you want to do here? Sorry, I have to call my wife real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, fine.
It's fine. We're actually, I'm probably gonna knock off about 20 minutes. All right.
Anybody want to try to follow the guy?
I'm not very inconspicuous.
Do it.
Real quick before we go inside, can I look around and see if there's any like old wood pallets or anything that I could get a nice pointy piece of wood from, just in case?
Yeah, you can do that. You find like an old you find like an old pallet like laying nearby, and you can probably pry off a very large splinter.
Yeah, I want to do that.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
Okay.
That's a great idea. I might
Yes.
try to grab one as well, following your lead.
All right.
Yes.
So you approach the door.
No, might as well.
All right. So
Definitely take a peek in.
so you approach the door. Written on it, stenciled on are the words Dracula and Son, liquor wholesalers and importers. You open the door. Inside, there's like an office. There's an office. There are like you see a couple of ladies working there. The lady at the front desk looks up and says, "Can I help you, gentlemen?" Can I help you, gentlemen? What do you want?
Maybe we can just try to buy the special
That's not a
thingy.
bad idea, yeah. What was the name of the thing again?
Cognac.
Oh, okay.
But like what you said was there a brand name for it? Or-
Very long, unpronounceable French name, but I'm not even.
fair enough. Yeah, we were.
What is it about the French? Why can't they have the decency to speak English? Apologies to any French people listening, by the way.
I just say, we heard through the grapevine that You distributed the kind of cognac that is the unpronounceable name.
The secretary,
Still a name there, yeah.
The secretary looks you and says, "Tony!" She shouts that over her shoulder. "Tony! These guys want to talk to you about that French swill." So a moment later, a door opens, and this very skinny. Basically, what comes out looks like is a kind of a very slender, kind of like a very skinny kid, pimply face, wearing like kind of dressed like a stereotypical vampire, and he looks at you. You notice that his eyes are red, but kind of in an odd way, and he sweeps his cloak over his face and says, "Welcome to Dracula and Sons, liquor wholesales and importers." Kind of like a very exaggerated accent.
Good to meet you.
"How can I help you?"
We were hoping to acquire a bottle of cognac. And I mentioned the brand. I'm just filling cognac with the brand.
I'm afraid I cannot help you. That is exclusive for one customer only. Do an intelligence check as he says this.
Sure. What's my intelligence? Hold on.
I get a 6 + 3 for a 9.
Okay. You notice that, so how as he speaks, he's like very prominently flashing his fangs. But you notice that the fangs are kind of wobbling. And as he speaks, he seems like he's pressing up his tongue against them.
That's really funny.
Okay. So I go up to what's his name? Tony?
It's Antonio.
Oh, excuse me.
Antonio.
Listen, Antonio, we're here for that very special client. And look, I know that you're just doing your job, but I think it's pretty clear that you're not really the guy to talk to here. So why don't you go and grab your real boss, and so we can do business and get out of your way?
I am the boss here. How dare you say otherwise? Begone, peasant, or I will drain every. Wait, do you have blood?
I mean, yeah, I do. Listen, let's do it. Let's just want to kind of put my arm around his shoulder, and we'll give him a litmus test and shove some garlic kale in his mouth.
All right, do a
Potentially doing a murder over here. That's good.
Okay,
Yeah,
do a strength check. You're basically attacking him.
I guess I am. Yeah.
All right.
Basically.
I got my strength modifier blows ass. Okay, so it's 6 out of 8.
All right. So I'll give it to you. So
Cool.
Describe what you're doing.
Well, I'm like talking to this guy. I'm like, Tony,
Don't
and
touch me, peasant.
Pardon? Oh,
Don't touch me, peasant. Do you know who I am? It says Dracula and Sons, Draculius and Sons for a reason. I am the son of Dracula.
Is that Dracula or Dracula? I'm trying to get him to his mouth so I can just
It's
kind of shove
Dracula.
these.
And as he says that, his mouth opens up and where'd
Right.
that go? Oh, never mind. All right, so so basically you shove the garlic in his mouth.
Mhm.
He stands back and like spits it out, and as he does, like a pair of like fake fangs fall out with it. He just what the fuck is wrong with you?
Like I said, buddy, go get your real boss and quit.
I am the boss, you asshole.
I kind of step in and I say, look, I think we've gotten on the wrong foot here.
All right, so
Our-
basically, all right, before you go, basically this guy, he stands back, and all of a sudden, now his hair's all messed up, his cloak's askew, and instead of like speaking kind of like a false Romanian accent, he basically sounds like he sounds like talking like a really, really thick, Brooklyn accent. All right, and you can tell this guy's just a kid. All right, what were you saying, Flint? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, what? Me talking, not my character. What's the guy's name that we're trying to kill?
Tony.
That we're trying to kill.
Oh, Sing.
Sing. Yeah.
Sing. Yeah, thank you. I say, look, I think we're getting off on the wrong foot here.
Wrong foot.
Our mutual. Hold on. Our mutual client, Mr. Singh, is about to be on travel, and he will not be in. He will not be in for the next delivery. He asked us to come and pick it up personally for him, so he can take it with him.
The man looks at you like he says, "Hey, Missy, hey, girlie, do I look like I just fell off a freaking turnip truck? What the hell is wrong with you people? You come in here, you shove garlic in my mouth, and you make me look stupid. Do you know how hard it is for a guy like me to get respect? People, just making people think I was a vampire was all I had. And now I'm nutting. Thanks a lot."
Do you think disappointing your client will earn you more respect?
You know what's really going to be disappointing is when my dad is when I tell my dad about this. Yeah, Tony Dracula Sr.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
We're distant cousins to the actual Dracula.
That's all right.
Oh,
You know what? You know how hard it is to like. You know how hard it is. How hard it is to get. How much ass I had to kiss just for him to trust me to run this place while he's out of town.
I can imagine. I imagine it's a very difficult job.
Why the hell would a bunch of nobodies like you come in here? So do you really think that I would just give up our most valuable client to a bunch of guys that I know don't work for Mr. Singh? Because I know all the people who work for Mr. Singh.
Maybe we should convince them we're not nobodies and pull up some footage of last month's escapades.
I'm sure that would be really helpful.
Well, I mean,
Now, this guy. So as you're saying that this guy's like on his knees, like rooting around the guard, trying to find his fake fangs. He picks them up and he says, "Oh, look what you did now." He holds them up and they're like broken in half. Do you know how hard it is for me? This is the only thing that was giving me the possibility of getting laid. I guess back to Saturday nights with the boys in D&D. Thanks a lot. And I was all set to. I was this close with Cindy Pellegrini. This close. And he's like, pinching his fingers.
Well,
hey, Tony. I have a really, really hot sister, and she'd be really interested in a powerful man like you. So maybe we could set you up on a date if you want to help us out.
Really?
Really?
Do you have a photo of the sister?
Someone quick. Anybody have a photo of anybody?
Oh, let's get one of the photos of the supermodel that we pulled off the database and show
There
him.
you go.
Let it be known that Dusty has so far hit on an old woman and then become a pimp.
Okay, so
the true tabletop experience.
Do a charm roll, please.
I got a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, he looks a little bit dubious about it. But after talking to him, he explains what's going on. So his dad. So basically, they're like this. They're distant cousins of the actual Dracula, but and his dad is his dad is a vampire, and the son is supposed to be a vampire, but for whatever reason, his fangs just haven't dropped yet. So he's trying to pretend to be a vampire because, he's basically a teenager and he's horny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And apparently being a vampire, as anyone who's ever been in a theater full of Twilight fans will attest, is a bit of a panty dropper.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least it was. I don't know if that's still the case. I mean, that was a while ago, and crazes come and go. But he said, so work with that. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Dusty, doesn't your sister have like really bad vision, low standards, and is very impressionable?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Look, Antonio. I don't think you're gonna have any problems here, guy.
Do another charm check. One he is. Where'd Drew go? Oh, never mind. Okay. All right. Do another.
Oh.
He's there, I think.
I got a 10 plus 1 out of 10, so 11.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So he's looking at the photo of your quote unquote sister, who I'm going to say looks like Adriana Lima but younger, and yeah, he's interested. He says, "Tell you what, if you put in a good word with if you give me her number, and tell her that I'm like, a really like sparkly vampire guy, I'll write you a note. I'll write you a note saying that you can give to Mr. Sting's people, saying that you're delivering his cognac this week."
Something like this actually happened to me years ago in Daytona Beach.
What? Which part?
Yeah, which part?
The pimping of the sister.
Oh.
Well,
Oh no.
I did the right thing. I didn't take part. I ran away.
Yay.
The only other thing though is he had a what was it? Not a muskrat. What was it? Odo and Odo from Beastmaster. What were those? Ferrets. He had a ferret on his shoulder.
What?
Wow.
He had a pet ferret.
all right,
Florida.
What are you gonna do?
Hang on, this is a very different stream now. We're not doing D&D anymore. We're doing whatever the fuck this is. I need so much context.
Okay, so just to get things back on track.
Yeah, sorry.
So basically, Dusty, you give this guy's phone. You give this guy your sister's phone number, and tell basically like convince him that she'll fly him to the moon and back twice.
Yeah.
And
Give her Carl's grandma's pizzeria phone number.
Yeah, I don't actually have a sister, so I just give him some
All right.
number.
He likes it, and so he scribbles you a note and says, "All right." And again, he does two things. First, he writes a note in which he gives to you saying that you're delivering the cognac this week because the regular delivery guy's out sick. And then he hands you he goes into a back room, comes back out with basically all right, when you go to the liquor store, those bottles, and you see like a shut up, sorry, cat, and if you see basically like a small wooden case that's very dusty looking, and on it is written the unpronounceable French name. And he says, "Here it is, special delivery, 100-year-old cognac." Now, so your sister, I mean, she'll really go out with me?
Absolutely.
Okay, I suggest you don't look below his waist right now.
Oh.
Wow.
He's a 16-year-old geek. What do you expect? I mean, we've all been there. So gives you the cognac, and gives you the address for the consulate.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. And good luck on your date.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you guys leave the place with the cognac. You can smell it even through the box. This stuff is like premium. I mean, it's like. Let me put it this way: if it was in a rap video, it. No, I'm not even gonna go there. Okay, so you make it back into well. Hey Todd.
Yo.
Does Manhattan exist in this universe?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so you make it into Hyper Manhattan, and you make it to the Asgardian consulate. There's a couple. There's a couple of like their equivalent, like basically like they're like Marine guards instead of like Marines in dress blues. They're like giant Norse berserkers with like giant battle axes standing on Fifth Avenue, glowering at all the people walking by. One of them, they see with the cognac. One of them says, "Servants' entrance around the back."
Thank you.
All right, you go around the back. You see the servants' entrance. There's another guard standing there looking bored. And as you approach, Doc.
Yeah.
So who's friends with who's Carl's best friend here? Was it you, Doc, or was it someone else?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
As you do, your phone rings. It's Carl on the other line. He sounds pissed.
Uh-oh. Hey, Carl, what's up, man?
Did you give my grandmother's phone number to some kid?
Yeah, you wanted to get on a date. I said that's a great place to go grab a slice.
You sick fuck. Do you know what he's doing with my grandmother right now in the dough making room?
I didn't tell him. I guess I should have mentioned what kind of slice he could get there.
And you know what? Stay where you are. We're gonna settle. We're gonna settle this man on man. I've been looking for an excuse to test out my M60 machine gun.
Ah, shit! Come on, Carl. Grandma's old and lonely. Let her have her fun.
My grandmother is a zombie. What do you think? Oh, you sick.
Well, then she's not going to care either way, right?
Actually, would that count as necrophilia?
I mean, you're undead, so technically, no.
It would be unnecrophilia.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is fine, I think.
Yeah, it's like way better socially.
Way better, more safe.
Okay, so basically, Carl at this point is just screaming obscenities through the phone at you, as he's describing in graphic detail what Antonio is doing to his grandmother, and what his grandmother's doing to Antonio. He says he can hear it all, and apparently they've just burst one of the flour sacks, and then as they're I'm not even going to go there. This is getting too weird even for me, but.
Wow.
But
look, Carl. Listen, let's settle it on the bowling alley guy. We're about to go either make friends or kill this super excellent galactic bowling dude. Why don't we just set up a match?
We're gonna settle this. Just you wait. And he hangs up.
All right.
And as you see the guard at the back of the embassy building kind of looking at him saying, "No, your friend sounds angry."
He's always angry.
Yeah.
You just have to deal with it.
Is that the cognac for Mr. Singh?
It is, yes.
Where's the usual delivery guy?
We were sent in place, and I motioned to whoever has the note.
He looks at it, looks at you, and says, "All right, welcome. Come on in." And he opens the door.
Hey.
You guys are walking to the consulate, and that's where we're going to end it.
All right.
So
I realized as we were walking in that none of us grabbed poison.
Was that?
Just throwing that out there. We have
Yeah.
not poisoned this bottle.
No.
We just pee in it or something.
Yeah. Hey, your name.
Wouldn't Doc's blood be poisonous?
Hey.
I mean, you guys
Possibly.
Maybe.
Yeah. Could be. Or I might just have like a extra special nipple teat.
You know, I was thinking that exact
alien
same thing, and I
nose
decided
poisonous.
not to go there.
Yeah.
Cheers.
You're welcome. Cheers.
Good Lord.
All right, guys. So, what do you think?
That was fun.
Look, man, it's fun. It's awesome every time. The interaction and just the freewheeling storytelling is a blast.
Yeah.
It's a skill for sure, man.
Dude,
You know,
absolutely.
Well, the thing is, like, I got the idea for Tony from like a game I played with Todd like years ago, where he was playing a character who was a human pretending to be a drow, like a dark elf,
Yeah.
and including like with face paint.
He was an extremely racist character, apparently.
Yeah. Which actually,
Like
it's actually-
Tropic Thunder, or I'm a white man playing a black man
Basically.
playing a black man.
well, the thing is, there actually was a case though at a con where a bunch of like
Oh yeah,
really hardcore.
yeah. That's where I got the idea.
This white kid came in when he was playing like a dark elf, so he blacked up his skin with like a pair of elf ears, and people thought it was blackface.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things where you really have to be there to like really get it. I mean, leave it this way: that campaign with Todd, where his character in that campaign was like the least weird of all the characters in it. Let's just put it that way. It was like there was a competition to see who could be the most outrageous around the table.
You know. Yeah, we had a lot of fun, but I like this. This is kind of like, continuing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels similar. You know.
All right, so you guys, that's where we're going to end it. You guys are in the consulate of the Norse gods in Lower Manhattan. And you can assume that inside it's gonna be like a cross between Valhalla and an IKEA store. But you'll have to wait till next week to find out.
Do
I
they
think it's
serve
awesome.
meatball?
Probably.
That's all. Awesome.
Now, next Thursday is the Thursday before Christmas.
So,
Oh.
so are we
Right.
playing or not playing?
Christmas is until Monday, of course, but
Okay.
All right.
It's up to you guys. I'm Jewish, so whatever.
I mean, I can do it. It's no big deal. I'm sure.
What do you think, Andrew? Are you okay to do it?
yeah, I'm okay to do it.
Yeah. What about you, Flint, Zach?
I think I can.
I think so. Yeah. I'm not going anywhere,
Okay.
as far as I know.
Okay.
I mean, unless my child drives my wife crazy from being home all day, and I get called in for. But I think it should be okay.
Benadryl.
I actually have next Friday off of work, and I'm actually going to open up the store for a few hours.
Oh,
Do a
cool.
3-day
Oh, neat.
store sale.
Like a Christmas sale?
Yep. I did a Black Friday sale and did pretty well. I'm going to do the same before Christmas.
Awesome.
We'll see what happens. I picked up a collection this weekend, probably estimate between 1,600 to 2,000 books.
Damn.
So,
Wow.
still going through it.
It's a lot of cataloging.
Yes. One of my most favorite things to do.
I bet.
Inventory and cataloging.
Yeah.
Love it.
You need to hire Charlie the gnome to help you.
Just
Can't pay.
remember, Andrew, for next week, mark your prices up by 50%, and then you can have a 40% off sale. And you can make some extra money.
That's true.
No, we're probably still going to do a 50% off sale. So
50% off of
That's
$1.
fun.
what?
50% off of $1.
Yes. And quarter comics are 10 for $1.
Cool. I wish I was there. I don't know if I would be allowed to like buy more stuff from you because I bought a box of stuff from you.
Well, it happens.
Hit your quota.
For sure. Oh,
Cool. So we meeting again tomorrow night?
Yep.
Yep.
Unless. All right.
yeah, man, Nerd Den. Woo!
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Like, I think I'm finally starting to run out of steam.
That's okay.
You know, I really need to start. I really need to start snorting more cocaine.
Man, that feels.
Oh man.
One of my coworkers today made a comment about something being like being on crack, and I had to turn to her and say, "Wait a minute, have you ever been on crack? Because I've never." And she would not answer me. Would not confirm nor deny whether or not. Yeah.
Does not surprise.
Yeah, I had a work experience today that was fun, and that was I was looking for some. I was in this group of people. I am like some big builders, and I was trying to find some services, and said and Grammarly autocorrect really got me because instead of saying that we've been talking with a prospect in Dubai who was really interesting, it corrected it to we've been talking to a prostitute in Dubai who's really interesting.
No.
Yeah, I swear to God. I was like, hey, yo. These are like high net worth, like big builders.
So the good news is I finished the report. The bad news is I found the typo after we sent it to our
yeah. Hey, it's all good. Like they know me, but I was like, woo. Yeah,
That's really
that was
funny.
my day.
That's worth it. Oh man.
So, yeah, man. All right, boys.
Cool.
Always a good time.
Well, guys, thank you so much. Oh yeah, we're still live. Well, thank you so much. Love you guys. It's Lord Day, everybody. Woo! All right, that was actually a lot of fun. So that was great. So we're gonna end the stream. We'll talk in the green room, and yeah, everybody. See you guys tomorrow night. Love you. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, Nerd Den. Until then, peace out. Bye bye.